Look who we camped with last night.
Aloha, viewers.
You may not recognize him without his peg leg. He's walking now.
I got a real shoe on. I'm a real boy. We're down here at Moab. Egg McMuffin, better than McDonald's. It's just a little bit colder.
The temperature, not the food.
Yeah.
Food's gonna be warmer than McDonald's.
It's gonna be warm. And healthier. Well, better tasting.
Cody went on a hike yesterday, which is super exciting. That means he's still alive and he can probably do more hikes in the future.
We did about 6 miles yesterday.
Well, it's fall break here in Utah. It's good to meet up with Cody, but it's getting way too crowded here in Moab. So we are heading out and heading back home. Kind of funny, the weekend's here tomorrow and all we have to do is stay here a little bit longer than we can enjoy the weekend in Moab. But I don't want to. It's gonna be super busy and driving home is gonna be super crowded. So we're heading home early. Still on the lookout for the right Airstream, and man, there's only 2 nationwide. One in California we don't want, and one in North Carolina that's 10 grand more than it's worth, and they still won't answer me even then, so I can't even get a hold of the seller. So that has proven to be a challenge. But we're on the way home again, and we are going to take a shower, sleep in a normal bed tonight.
Working at a desk sounds like heaven right now.
Yes. The hardest part's been the cable management. So, what have you learned about living in a van and working in a van?
The thing that makes it the most difficult is having stuff in your lap instead of on a surface that you can stand up and walk away from, because when you got all the things plugged in, it gets really crazy really quick. So, at least one of us needs to have, probably Steve is going to be the higher priority, but we at least need like a desk for one person to make this work. I got enough of a taste of it to feel like I want to be able to make this work, even though the work days were a little tricky and at least for me were a little less productive than I would have liked. We got some great rides in, and that was super fun. We had great evening rides. It was always kind of, you know, chasing daylight, but super fun, great memories, and some good quality time together.
We got to tour a few different people's vans with high tops, and I really want a high top for Fred now. Just trying to juggle finances. We can either afford a high top or afford a second Airstream, swap the parts over, then sell Sparky, then be able to afford a high top for Fred, but we can't do both at the same time, so we kind of need to prioritize, figure out what we want to do there. It's doable. I think we could live in a van. I would need a high top to do it. I would need a desk, somewhere to put all the cables and everything. But I do see it as an option. It got better as we went. I also learned how much I love the Airstream. I love working in the Airstream. It feels like home now, and living in the van feels like camping. So that was fun. Great weekend to get away. It was not a vacation at all. It was actually more work than normal, but we got to ride some cool trails every single night. So it was a fun learning experience, and I think we're now prepared to make better decisions in the future regarding living in the van, and we're a little bit more informed on how we want to build it out there. Another thing we learned is that when we're in the van, we can travel all day and cover a lot more ground. But then Teresa doesn't have any time to edit video because she's the one driving. And we've really gotten behind on videos because she's been driving so much.
And we've been filming so much.
We've been filming a ton.
I was working on a video that was taking a lot of time to edit, so in the time it took me to edit that one video, we filmed like 4.
Yeah, so she's feeling a little bit stressed. So that's something we didn't think about much when we tour the East Coast in the summer is who's going to edit the videos while Teresa's driving? I can't because I'm working, and we're not going to want to do it after we get to camp. So that will be an interesting bridge to cross when we get there.
I've been thinking about making van living work if we do that for a few weeks at a time. And I think one thing that I would do is I would try and come up with some meals, some hot meals that are really, really simple, and that would kind of be our van living menu. Another thing is that I might cook a hot meal for lunch since we'd be here all day working, and then we could just pack sandwiches in the evening and go play and go do whatever we're gonna do. Because we both feel kind of crummy if we get back from playing and eat like right before we go to bed. That's what I've been thinking.
I agree. It's kind of stinks to go on a nice long ride and get back to camp at like 8 and be super hungry, eat a big meal because you burned a lot of calories, and then go right to sleep and it sits in your stomach like a rock. Meals are one thing we could do a little bit better at. Another lesson learned.
We're not quite ready for van life yet, but one thing is for sure. I always want to have one of these to come home to.